Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us this evening. I'll begin with a land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that the city of Fernie is located within Kukinamakas, the unceded traditional territory of Yakinucleat. We recognize that we live and work within their vast lands. Akanahunik are from Yakinucleat and are members of the Tanaha-speaking people of British Columbia, Idaho, and Montana. I'll now call this meeting to order. This meeting is being conducted by in-person and electronic means in accordance with the council procedure bylaw number 2446. Communication link as to specified place, that if the communication link to the specified place for this meeting is interrupted and cannot be restored within 15 minutes, the meeting shall adjourn and reconvene to the soonest possible time that quorum can be achieved and public notice requirements are met.
If you could ask for a mover and second, that's a motion. If you could ask for a mover.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Can I have a mover? Councillor Nixon, a seconder, Councillor Kelly. All in favor? That's passed. Thank you. I'll now seek approval of the agenda and any late items. Seeing no late items, can I ask for an approval of the agenda? A mover. Councillor Nixon, Councillor Kelly. All in favor? Thank you. Moving right along to item 9, correspondence. For information.
Is there any questions for anybody?
Not for me. I reviewed both the building officials report and from 2022, September 2022 and September 2021.
Councillor Schussman.
Councillor Schussman, any questions? If there are no questions, we'll just receive these as information. Thank you. And reports from council members. We'll make the way around the table, starting on my list with Councillor Ramadez. Well, anything that you may have participated in the last week, any observations in the community that you'd like to make, or things that you have on the go?
The only thing was about the communication relationship. I sent you an email over the weekend. I think we just have to deliberate on that at some point.
Yeah, thank you for that. And that has been added to the agenda of the committee as a whole on the November 21st meeting.
Thank you for that.
Not at all. Councillor Kelly, anything for you?
Yes, Mayor Milligan, good evening, everyone. Since being elected and prior to swearing in, I attended a book launch at the Fernie Museum, Kevin Allen's book about West Fernie, which was also a fundraiser for the museum, and was really very enjoyable and informative, and it's great to learn the history of West Fernie and how they became part of Fernie. I also attended a really lovely event, 100 Women Who Care, Fernie. Actually 110 women, each donated $100, and we listened to 6 local charities who spoke about their cause and why we should select them. Of those 6, 2 were chosen, and the 2 that were chosen were the Caregivers Network for East Kootenay Seniors, the Fernie branch, and the Fernie Child Care Society. So each of those 2 societies will receive $5,586 for their charities. And there were several local businesses involved in the event, which were the Castle on First and Source Studios that donated their space, Lush Kootenay, Patty's Party Rentals, Fernie Catering, and Mackenzie Jesperson Photography. I also had the honor and privilege of attending the Remembrance Day ceremony with yourself, Mayor Milligan, and with Councillors Nixon and Ramadez. And Councillor, oh gosh, Charlie, I can't say the last name. Thank you. And I've been flying the council flag at the Ghost Rider hockey games. I attended 2 of the 3 this week. Unfortunately, they only won one of the two that I attended, but it was a funny thing. And that's all I've been doing besides attending all these meetings at council.
Thank you. Councillor Nixon.
Thank you, Your Worship, Mayor Milligan. Habits hard, die hard, that's for sure. I didn't really have much in the last few weeks. I just want to say thanks to the Legion for putting on such a nice service, including the after event at the Legion, to all their sponsors. And other than that, that's about it.
Use Councillor Fernie.
Thank you. So my overall goal of my position was to give a voice to all groups of youth in Fernie. So this past week, to achieve this goal, I've emailed the principal of the Fernie Academy, as well as the leader of the Fernie Youth Action Network, and a local youth pastor from the outside church, just to tell them who I am and what I'm doing with my position. And then I've actually had the chance to meet with the principal of the Fernie Secondary School and the president of the Fernie Youth Pride Society. So there's a few concerns that brought forward to me, and I'm just kind of working through them, or working through the concerns with them to come up with a plan. And then so far, I'm working on creating an anonymous suggestion box to have at both schools. I've gotten approval from the Fernie Secondary School. I'm just waiting to hear back from the academy. And then upcoming, I'm just preparing for a leadership week at my school. And I have a booth set up where I can talk about my position and chat with the students about their ideas and concerns. You guys are all welcome to come. It's mainly charity based, but yeah, that's what I've been up to this past few weeks.
Wow, thank you. Thank you for showing such leadership in the community. It's excellent.
Thanks.
So from my perspective, I want to add my voice to the voices of those councillors who attended the Remembrance Day ceremonies, and kudos to the community for turning out in such numbers. And we have such a beautiful cenotaph here. It must be the most beautiful in Canada. And wanted to thank the Fernie Legion as well for all their arrangements. It was a very moving day. Youth Councillor Per Verzov, I want to formally apologize to you for not introducing you at our inauguration. That was an oversight and I regret the error. And, I'm sure that doesn't happen again. Last week, I spent 3 days at the Regional District of East Kootenay, where I'm also a director. And it was a day and a half of orientation, a day and a half of meetings. I think everybody certainly understands what the RDK is. It's sort of a regional federation of electoral areas and municipalities, and provides a political and administrative framework for those member groups for the provision of regional and sub-regional services, solid waste management being one of them that we're familiar with. It was busy, but there, like here, great staff, and felt very supported. Couple of other things. On November 5th, my wife Sylvia and I attended the 100th anniversary of the Catholic Women's League here in Fernie. It was a super fun event, held at the Fernie Family Center, and it was just a big family dinner. And I have to applaud any group that celebrates 100 years of service in the community. And in the spirit of community, the dinner was prepared by members of the Anglican congregation, supported by the United Church, and the entertainment was from a performer at the Mountside congregation, which is a mix you couldn't imagine 100 years ago, but really showed the sort of the breadth of the community support. And last night, Sylvia and I also attended movie night at the Fernie Seniors Center, Drop-In Center, which was an absolute riot. A couple of quirky films they showed on 16 millimeter old projector, and served popcorn and ice cream sundaes. It was like an old-fashioned movie night. It was a riot. And lastly, this week, Fernie says goodbye to the executive director of the Chamber of Commerce, Brad Parcell. And I certainly wanted to acknowledge Brad. He's a friend, and I'm sorry we didn't get to work together formally. But I wanted to commend Brad on his work with the chamber, especially in the worst of COVID when he was chairing a weekly meeting. That was not an easy task, but he certainly distinguished himself there. And Tofino, certainly lucky to get Brad. And on a chamber related note, Friday, November 25th, the Fernie Chamber, in partnership with us, the city of Fernie, and the art station is kicking off the holiday season with a downtown celebratory event. And check out the chamber's website for details. From my report.
Yeah, Councillor Shoesmith on there.
Oh, thank you. Councillor Shoesmith?
Not much to report this past week, given I've been stuck at home being sick, but prior to that, I was out and about and getting some community feedback and some input from people. Not much else to report other than that.
Thank you, sir.
Right.
Okay,
So next item is to move to in camera. And as much as, if I may, your worship.
Please.
As much as it's difficult for us to host a meeting where there's only one thing that's in camera. The one thing is the George Magic Awards, we'll be considering the nominations and we do have a timeline for that. Otherwise, we might not have brought you all together for this meeting tonight. But would you like me to read the resolution, your worship?
oh, thank you, if you wouldn't mind.
That the meeting be closed to the public pursuant to section 90 sub 1 sub B of the community charter, as the subject matter being considered at this time relates to personal information about an identifiable individual who is being considered for a municipal award or honor or is offered to provide a gift to the municipality on condition of anonymity.
Can I ask for a mover, please?
So moved.
And seconded by Councillor Shoesmith. All in favor? Thank you. We will now go into closed session. Thank you, everyone who's joined us.